I don't have my camera stand because yesterday we have finally completed the dance with my dancing coach and I forgot my camera stand there. Nothing will stop me. I'm all the way out. It means that anyway I'm going to exchange experience and share things that I think are helpful. I do calisthenics at the gym. Probably my hands will handle this camera for at least 10 or 15 minutes, let's say. First of all, I would like to share my, let's say, understanding of the situation in general in the world. And I see that we actually have problems with the language. Probably not Europe, because when I worked abroad and traveled, I noticed that in my country actually was different. People are not as educated with the languages as the people in, let's say, Germany or France. But then I traveled to United States, Mexico, South America, 2 countries, and I understood that, wow, Houston, we have problems. And not only that's the case of lacking of education or low level of one, but I guess just the goals. Probably that's connected with a particular generation, because we all know that early it wasn't as necessary as it is now to know English. People hadn't traveled a lot, and now we are in the situation when the language is just crucial. And we all need to learn it. And I see that, for example, in Latin America, a lot of countries do not speak. I mean, I can't tell for all of the people, of course, but mostly during the time I've been practicing with my Spanish, I noticed that not all of the people speak English. And all of them are trying to and do their best. But at the age, not the school age. That's the situation I noticed during my travels and exchanging of the languages, practicing. I've been asked a lot of questions about, do you speak few languages? Do you have a particular structure or the hints? Some of the people just said that, oh, you're just talented, you know. And I would negotiate that. Definitely, the talent is there, but this talent is in everyone. We have, according to neurolinguistics, we have absolutely equal ability to listen, to produce the sound. Yes, some of us have, let's say, more profound diapason and profound understanding of the rhythm. That's why we can copy different accent. But the talent for speaking language, it's still there. It means that everyone can learn. 7, 10, 11 is just a matter of the time you dedicated into learning and the goals, which must be clear. And consistency, of course. I always say this word in all of the languages. Consistency. You must do something step by step. Not every day. Some of the days you can relax, but still do. And you will, if you will keep going, you will. And for the hints I would say it's very important to have structure while learning. It's very important to have structure in everywhere, actually. If you start, let's say, building a house without an idea how to do that, just randomly do some stuff in not particular order, you will not probably have a house in general, or probably you will have one if you have been watched video on YouTube a lot how to do that. But I'm not sure that your house will be windproof or waterproof or hurricane proof or just safe. It means that the best way to learn language is find a teacher, a very good one, who will provide you with the structure, and you don't need to spend time to find one. You just need to follow be open-minded and follow the structure, follow your teacher, and do what you've been asked to do. But it doesn't mean that there is no possibility of your own way. There is. But I'm strictly sure that if you learn just first foreign language, I mean not a native one, and you have no idea about the structure, no. Probably if you are learning fourth, third, fifth, and you already been studying with the teacher, now you understand somehow, because when we work with teachers, we not only perceive the knowledge per se, but we understand what kind of exercises we must do to practice the skill or the skill, in what order it must be learned, if you're curious and attentive, of course. So that's why the first advice I would say to everyone is just to find a teacher. And yes, I met people who strictly sure that it's impossible to learn a language with the teacher, or it's just the same to learn a language with the teacher as you can do on your own. And some people just say, for some of the people it's a good way to listen to radio, for some of the people it's a good way to watch videos. For me, it's not a good way to work with a teacher. I mean, it doesn't work for me. It works for you. You just haven't found your teacher, believe me. If you will find one, you will understand how you can achieve the goal so fast, and you will be so surprised that you've been struggling for that, let's say, a few years, decades, but now you have this result. So that's the first advice. Get a teacher. Get busy with the teacher. And if you don't have one, of course, you have me. Now, yes, probably some of the information I'm going to give you, I hope all, but it will be helpful. But believe me, 1 or 2 videos, 100 of videos of very professional teachers will not replace an exact hour, week by week, day by day, doesn't matter. It's not irreplaceable to have teacher. I will give you some advice for you to understand some of the things, but if you understand them, you will be more on the hand of find a teacher, because all of the advice I will give you are connected to having a teacher. Even understanding the structure of learning, even understanding all of the information I will give you, you will need a teacher anyway. Another exchange partner on the platform for talking is just a way of knowing slang, learning culture, some of the new phrases, just be up to date and practice the level you already have. If you haven't started and you don't have, let's say, A2, I don't know, what are you going to practice? Listening? Okay, maybe, but that's the next part of the video. So my hand is already tired, but let's do calisthenics practice. So I already mentioned a very important thing in the shorts here on YouTube, and I repeat that. Every language consists of 4 skills. I don't have hands to show you my fingers. I would love to. I'm a person of an order. I'm a Capricorn, But they're listening, speaking, writing, and reading. 2 of them are perceptive skills. When you perceive the information, you don't need to answer, or you need to answer, doesn't matter. You perceive the information. You can guess which ones. Listening and reading. We can read some news, we can listen to some podcasts, we perceive information. And perceptive skills are usually being, not easily, but let's say faster taught, because the perceptive skills are in general something that we start our life with. Children do not start speaking directly after they are born. They need some time. First, they produce some sounds, then they try to make syllables, repeating after what they already have heard, and then they start speaking. And they start speaking exactly the language of the parents. if parents speaking, let's say 3, 4, 5, 10 languages, your child will start to speak with these ones, because that's the perception of the human brain. This is the same for everyone. I mean, if we're talking about the health people, of course, there's some specialty with the people who are not as healthy as we all. And I'm sorry for them, but I'm speaking now about the healthy brain, which works the particular way, okay? Productive skills are being thought more difficult and longer because they're based on product that you need to give. And first you perceive, then you produce. Probably this information, like a bomb, will explode your mind if you thought that you will start speaking after watching podcasts, but I'm sorry, I have a bad news for you. You will not. Listening will help you mime an accent, understand some sounds, if you are again attentive, and you will have a very good ears ability, but you will never speak just by listening, because you just need the meaning of the words. So here we face with vocabulary, yes. And never ever you will speak grammatically correct if you will not learn rules. And now I say hello to those who think that they can learn language just by, speaking practice. Now, sorry. Oh, I can do like this. No, impossible. That's why we need to sometimes but work with books, but work with materials, because they exactly created for you all to see the structure, to see what skills are being taught together, what exercises you exactly need to do for your brain perceive and produce something. So that's why the structure is very important. That's why you need to follow. Of course, you can just go to the country you want to learn the language and just live there. And probably you will start speaking because you will see obviously the context. It means that you will by listening understand vocabulary, but grammar is still in the air, not in your head. It means that I'm not sure that it's possible to be at the level of B1 or B2, which are considered as academical levels. It's impossible to be grammatically correct with your speech if you haven't done any exercise and you didn't learn any rule. And if you meet people that said that, oh, I never did that, do not believe them. Probably they just have a very good memory. Ability of the memory is different. And some of the people just see the word for the first time and remember this for whole life. Some of the people need to repeat more. And those who are fast learners, they can just say that because they don't remember they did, but they did. That's why don't underestimate to work with some materials, with books, with structures that are created exactly for you. Not in vain, believe me. And for the materials from the internet, like YouTube, podcast, radio, yes, good for your listening. Now you know that listening is just listening is just accent, listening is just pronunciation, but not the language. You can also watch some videos with the subtitles. That's becoming reading a little bit more, and that helps you again improve the language. But if you know vocabulary, so probably you need to, before watch the video, know something already. That's the advice for the people who want to watch directly Friends or any other series without subtitles or with subtitles, doesn't matter. Start with the adapted videos, because it's very important to enjoy reading and watching. Reading authentic literature and watching series must be as a way of enjoy the language, not the struggle with the language. You don't need to take an authentic book and just translate all of the words you have there. It's not the way to learn the language. It's just the way to suffer, to not love what you do and just give it up. The same with the series. Do not try, if you don't reach the B1 level, do not try to watch the videos with the original subtitles. You are lacking of vocabulary to do that. Just simply you will suffer. So that's why it's called in a linguistic, it's called reading and watching for pleasure. It's exactly called for all the teachers like this, so it must be for pleasure. So first you need to read adapted text and watch adapted series. But again, when? Not the first week when you decided, okay, probably I should pick up some English. No. Here you need to start with the basic vocabularies, with the basic structure and practice them. Then you need to learn a little bit of grammar, again, basic grammar, and then probably start with something which is adapted for A1 level, let's say. Not early, again, for pleasure. I guess now, at this moment of the watching video, you probably have a question, Christina, what are materials? I have plenty of, and I can share all of the names of the very good books. I would probably add this to the video somewhere on the zone here for you to see. I would share materials which I work with during 10 years. And all of them, doesn't matter what level you have, will help you to start from the basics, to continue with some of the bases you know, and to improve or boost your already level. During 10 years teaching language, I worked with different levels. I taught teachers, I helped teachers to teach. I worked with the C2, C1, B2, B1, and A0 levels. And of course, I have an idea how to reach from the 0 to C2. And all of the materials I would love to share with you. If you are not basic, let's say you have already B1, B2 level, you already can watch some movies with subtitles, but still clearly understandable, or you read authentic literature and you're okay. Some of the words you don't know, you need to look up at the dictionary, but still you're okay. And you already speak, but lacking of regular terms like collocations. You probably don't know this word, but it's not as scary as it sounds. And you know some part of the collocations like phrasal verbs, idioms. And I see sometimes people requesting for those. They say, you know, I speak, but I'm lacking of phrasal verbs. For me, it sounds strange because phrasal verbs is the part of collocation. If you're lacking of phrasal verbs, you're lacking of a language. You're lacking of a vocabulary completely, because phrasal verbs started being taught at the level of A2. If you are the B1 or B2, you think that you're lacking of phrasal verbs, you probably missed the point earlier. Again, here, not being disappointed by my speech, I add some of the books that can help you go through the way of reviewing from basics level, all of the collocations, understand what is that, and improve. And again, I repeat here, you don't need to learn the structure. You will spend a lot of time to learn how to teach. Get a teacher, find a good teacher, and you will not be spending a lot of time for just finding out where do I need to start? How do I need to continue? Where am I lacking of? No, that's not your work actually. If you need to do renovation in your house, you will not try to watch the video on YouTube and try to do it. You find people, builders, who will do it for you. Do the same with the language. Don't underestimate teachers, please. Don't do that. And for those who are going to pass exams, B2 and higher, it's very difficult to go from A2 to B1, from B2 to C1. The rest is okay. Why so? Let's start with the basics, because at the A1 you already have learned how to speak, and you actually speak and understand simple structures. But here, boom, you need to make structures more difficult, longer. It's not easy. Your brain already accustomed how to do short ones. That's the problem here. For the B2 and C1, that's the academic step. We do not use C1 or C2 level every day. It's not common. Yes, people who work at universities or do conference or just dedicated to education, politics, let's say, they do use particular vocabulary, but they still do not use it in everyday's life, C1 or C2. That's the high academic levels. And to pass an exam on the high academic levels, you need to exactly boost your vocabulary. Again, actually the process is the same. You need to think of how to say this more difficult. Because you already know very good long, difficult structure completed with the vocabulary or grammar, but now you need to boost it. And here you just need to every day think of, okay, I would say this way, but how I would say it is more difficult to find the way to say the same phrase, the same sentence in a different ways of difficulty, different level of difficulty. So that's the way of practice and boost your academic level. What advices can I give more? For now, I feel that that's the most important to say, which I really wanted to share. If you will have questions or a particular topic that I need to talk about in the language learning, you can leave your comment below, and I would love to clarify any topic you would love to. Okay? And see you soon. Bye.